The Galactic Council's Grand Chamber hung suspended above the gas giant Velarath 9, a structure so vast it could swallow Earth's moon whole. 700 species had gathered their ambassadors here for millennia, settling disputes, negotiating trade routes, and maintaining the delicate peace of the known galaxy. Ambassador Crix of the Vorthian Empire, a creature of crystalline bones and 6 luminous eyes, called the emergency session to order. His translator hummed as he addressed the chamber floor. "This session exists for one purpose," Crix announced, his voice reverberating through the hall. "To demand an explanation from the human delegation." Every eye, optical sensor, and bioreceptor in the chamber turned toward the small platform reserved for humanity. 3 humans sat there calmly. Admiral James Reeves, a broad-shouldered man from Texas with silver-streaked hair and an unhurried demeanor. Dar. Monica Walsh, Earth's chief diplomatic scientist, her reading glasses pushed up onto her forehead. And Colonel Derek Stone, USEF Special Operations, who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else but somehow also looked perfectly comfortable. Reeves leaned into his microphone. "Go ahead, Ambassador." Crix slammed a data crystal onto the podium. A holographic display erupted above the chamber, grainy sensor footage captured near the Helios corridor, a contested transit lane between 3 star systems. On screen, shapes moved through space. Enormous shapes. Warships that didn't reflect light, they consumed it. Each vessel was wrapped in a shimmering, shifting field of pure darkness, their hulls invisible except for the distortion they carved through starlight. 12 of them, moving in silent, perfect formation. These vessels were detected 17 standard cycles ago, Crix declared. They registered no mass signature. They emit no radiation. Our most advanced tracking systems lost them completely within minutes. Humanity, explain yourselves. The chamber erupted. Delegates from 40 species spoke simultaneously. The Zetheri ambassador, whose species had dominated military technology for 3 centuries, stood rigid with barely concealed alarm. The Peloran Collective's representative, a swarm intelligence that communicated through synchronized color shifts, flashed deep crimson, the universal sign of distress. Admiral Reeves waited for the noise to settle. He clasped his hands together on the table, took a slow breath, and spoke. "Those are UES Phantom-class dark matter warships. We commissioned 12 of them. They've been operational for 8 months. Nothing in the chamber moved. Not a tentacle. Not a servo. Not a breath." Dr. Walsh tapped her tablet and uploaded humanity's technical summary directly to the Council's data network. Within seconds, 700 delegations were reading the same document. The equations alone were enough to drain color from whatever passed for faces among the attending species. Humanity had not merely built warships. They had solved dark matter propulsion. Something the Council's greatest scientific minds had theorized for 4,000 years and dismissed as practically impossible within a biological civilization's lifespan. Humans had done it in 60 years, starting from the moment they first left their solar system. How, the Zetheri ambassador finally managed. Colonel Stone answered that one, his Texas drawl unhurried. "We had good motivation." Everyone in the chamber knew what he meant. 40 years ago, a Vorthian colonial fleet had bypassed Council arbitration and glassed 2 human colony worlds, killing 1.2 billion people. The Council had issued sanctions. Humanity had gone quiet, withdrawn their ambassadors, reduced their trade presence, and disappeared into their territory for a generation. They hadn't been mourning. They'd been working. Admiral Reeves stood now, his full height commanding the platform. When he spoke, his voice carried no anger. No triumph. Just the weight of absolute clarity. Earth does not seek war. We never have. But 40 years ago, this Council watched our people die and offered paperwork as justice. We decided that would never happen again. He let that settle before continuing. The Phantom Fleet is not a threat to the Council. It is a guarantee that humanity will never again be a target worth choosing. He reached forward and switched off his microphone. The meeting, as far as he was concerned, was over. The Zetherii ambassador sat down slowly. The Peloran collective shifted to a deep, unreadable violet. Cricks of the Vorthian stared at the holographic display still rotating above the chamber, 12 ships made of shadow, patient and enormous, swallowing starlight. For the first time in 4,000 years of Galactic Council history, no species moved to challenge a human statement. Outside the chamber windows, the stars burned on, indifferent, ancient, and now, quietly, a little more afraid.